and welcome to my cozy office. Oh, that? Oh, that's no big deal. That's just, yes, it is. I love it. So cute. All right, let's get started. It is almost the beginning of a new year. For some people, this might mean you've chosen a New Year's resolution, something you intend to change or a way you want to better yourself in the new year. And I want to support you by making sure you have the best possible mindset to give you the best chance at being successful in your endeavors in 2022. We all know that the turning of the new year is not what's going to give us a new outlook or put change into motion. When we want to better ourselves to reach a goal, the first step is to amp up our determination and commit ourselves to a higher level of discipline. Sometimes it's hard to know how to even begin the journey toward what you want to achieve. Change is already scary. Sometimes when we're in a mental rut, trapped in the way that things are, we feel kind of doomed to stay there, and the thought of changing feels too overwhelming. Now, for me personally, I know I naturally have a fear of failure. In my mind, the thought of failing at something morphs into a catastrophe, some exaggerated concept where I'll marinate in self-loathing and disappoint every human in my life, living or dead, and bring shame on the family. Even my pets will pretend not to know me. It's bonkers. But this is what insecurities can do. They can make our thinking a little distorted to make us avoid the things that we fear, like failure. It doesn't stop me, it pauses me, because old insecurities in my mind make my first thought be, well, I don't want to start something if it's possible that I won't be successful. I'm not really looking for a long, difficult, drawn-out path to feeling like a loser. But this is where the first step of achieving a goal comes in. It sounds like a minor thing, but it's actually huge, and it can make the difference between success and failure. I choose to dismiss the possibility that I won't be successful, and I accept that I will, and that I have to be willing to tolerate unknowns, not knowing how long it will take, not knowing how difficult it will be, not knowing the sacrifices I'll have to make. But I do know that the reward at the end would be amazing, and I focus on that as my motivation, eyes on the prize. For example, I know that some people who have a weight loss goal will hang a pair of jeans they've outgrown somewhere where they can see them, and that's a habitual visual reminder of what they're striving for. Now, the next thing you need to accept and prepare for is there are things that are going to try to repeatedly sabotage you on your way to achieving your goal. In fact, there is someone in your life who knows you so well, who is actually going to tell you at different points in your journey that you don't have what it takes. They're going to say the goal isn't worth it. They're going to encourage you to realize that the goal is unattainable. And they're going to remind you that the discomfort and the struggle you face while fighting your way towards success can end immediately. You just have to quit. This meanie, this saboteur, this bully is you. Sorry. It's true. Our subconscious minds know that we're most comfortable in what we've come to know as normal, even if that normal isn't good for us. We're creatures of habit, and we don't like change. And the easiest path is the path of least resistance. It's not natural to want to choose a difficult path, right? So the first step is a mindset of guaranteed success, and the second step is bracing ourselves for obstacles. The third step is recognizing a destructive inner dialogue and overriding it with what we know. We know we're choosing a challenge, we know there's pain and growth, and we also know that quitting is not an option. Don't even think of a plan B. There is no plan B, because as soon as you let yourself thinking about a plan B, you're diminishing the success rate of your plan A. You're not all in. You're constantly glancing at your safety net. So if our biggest obstacle is our own subconscious, and that subconscious is the voice in our head that tells us what's real, how do we not fall for it when we're hearing logical reasons for quitting? The first thing that's worthy of being a post-it note on your laptop is this: just because you think something does not make it true. This is a vital concept for healthy communication and relationships, but we'll save that for another time. Or you can come see me if you want to talk about improving communication in your relationship. But what I'm saying here is that when we think something, especially something that's going to lead us to make a change in our lives, we can learn to question ourselves. It requires a bit of humility. being able to learn to admit that you may have been wrong in the first way you saw things, but we can learn to pause and consider our thoughts and be aware of if there are any emotions which might affect the way we're seeing reality. Like when I reference fear of failure, fear is a very, very strong and controlling emotion. It doesn't even have to be fear of danger. Like I said, it was my initial emotion that was fear of failure that tried to get me to stop something before I even started. But I learned to turn that fear into motivation and a kind of sick excitement, like, hey, this is going to be scary and I'm going to kick its ass. And over time I evolved. And now I kind of can't wait until someone underestimates me so I can show them what's up. Now my second post-it note would be, beware of the excuse monster. Your inner saboteur is crafty, and it can think very quickly of extremely logical reasons for quitting. And it's a dirty, dirty liar. Boom, you quit. That's it. For example, with weight loss goals, there are excuses that come with built-in permission to underachieve, like I have a slow metabolism, or it's in my genes, my whole family's heavy, or your body isn't the same after having kids. Now, I actually have a slow metabolism myself. I've given birth to 2 kids. My dad is quite sizable. And while it's true that some factors can make it more challenging for you to reach your goal, it doesn't make your goal unachievable. You just have to accept in your mind that you may have to work harder than others. But the greater the challenge, the greater the pride when you succeed. My third post-it note would say, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Dare to grow. Grab your courage, ramp up your belief in yourself, and set a goal. And don't listen to the voice that tries to tell you it's unattainable. Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start. And no matter where you start from, or what you want to change, or what more you want from your life, there's an answer, there's a way, and there is help. You don't even need to know what it is that you want to change. If you're simply aware that you're unhappy more than you're happy, that self-awareness is a great first step. And the only thing standing between feeling that way and feeling better is wanting to and being willing and open to the idea of being pointed in the direction out of that rut. There is a more fulfilling life at the end of that change. David Bowie said, I don't know where I'm going, but I promise it won't be boring. I love that. Don't you love that? You can be excited about life. Just wanting more and taking the first step toward achieving it is exhilarating. And why do I keep pushing you for more? More awareness, more understanding, more peace, more fulfilling life. Because you are so much better than mediocrity. Come see me if you'd like help choosing and planning a goal that will improve your life. You are worth it. Be well. Sorry, I'm having trouble stopping this. I'll go that way. Technology, I just love it.